All right, so welcome back. Let us do the practical demonstration for RBAC, that is role-based access control. In the previous video, we learned what actually role-based access control is and what value does it add to your life when you're dealing with Jenkins with multiple users, right? This video demonstrates the same. We are going to create a user and we are going to see what sort of value does role-based access control that procedure helps us in Jenkins, right? Okay, right now you can see I am in my dashboard, okay, in my Jenkins dashboard. What we have to do is I'll go to settings, and here the first thing that I'm going to do is I'll create one user. Okay, so I'll scroll to the bottom, and here you can see there is an option under security called users. You can click here. So this is the place where you can create multiple users based on your need. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to create one user. So let us give him one username, and this username will be the ID, the label for him. So I'll just write Barry Allen, who is the fastest man alive. And let me write the password. So here was the password. I'll confirm the password, and here I'll write his full name, Barry Allen, and let me write a mail address. Okay, and then create user. All right, so the Barry Allen named user is created. Now let us see whether he is able to access the dashboard or not. Okay, because till now we didn't give him any permission. Till now nothing is been hidden from him. So will he act like an admin? Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to sign out. Okay, and now let me log in with Barry Allen's user. Let me just log in, and here goes the password. And okay, here you can see he can visit all the job. If I go to env where well, okay, here he can see all the console outputs, how many jobs got failed. If I go over here, I should be able to see the console. Okay, let me wait for the console output to load, and here you can see he's able to navigate each and everything. So right now there is no difference between the admin user and Barry Allen's user, right? But was this the reason we created Barry? No, because we wanted to create a user who has limited access, right? That's the reason we created the username Barry. If you go to settings, and if you go to users, okay, he is able to create the user, meaning there is no difference between the admin user from Jenkins and the Barry Allen's user. Okay, so let us create the differentiator now. And again, here comes the concept of plugins. Okay, and if you remember, we already covered the concept of plugin. Plugin gave you additional power, the method that will allow you to add additional responsibility to your Jenkins. It will give you additional support that is required to fulfill your requirement. Okay, let me just write the correct password. Okay, we are here in the dashboard. Let me go to settings, and here we are talking about one plugin whose name is Role-Based Access Strategy. So go to available plugins and just search for role. Okay, here you can see the plugin name, that is Role-Based Authorization Strategy. If you want to know more about it, just go inside the documentation and read about it. So this strategy plugin is meant to use from Jenkins to add a role-based mechanism to manage users permission, and that is exactly what we wanted to do. Okay, second, what are the features does it offer? Basically, it will allow you to create global loads, it will allow you to create item roles, it will allow you to create agent roles, and all the things are actually mentioned over here. And how to perform it, everything is mentioned over here, right? How you create a user, how you assign the role with multiple access, okay, and at user level what sort of permission you want to give, everything is possible using this. Okay, so that's the same thing that we want to do. So click on this plugin and click on install. Now, since it is an installation of a plugin, click on restart Jenkins where the installation is complete. Now, why we are doing so? Because this is something which we are adding on top of the base which is added. So in order to give a refresher to Jenkins, this restart is required. Okay, so let us wait for some times and let Jenkins restart it, so that all the functionality that is been provided with the plugin is actually installed properly into a system, right? So that's the basic reason why every time a restart is needed for a plugin to get work properly over here, right? So that's the basic reason. Now, what are the next approach that we are going to follow? see the user is created, and right now we can see there is no difference between Barry Allen's user and the admin user. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll go to user and let me just log in. Okay, and here we can just confirm whether the plugin was actually downloaded or not. So if I go to available plugins, okay, I'll search for role again. Okay, I go to install plugins. I'll search role here and you can see it is installed successfully. Okay. Now I'll go to manage Jenkins and this is the place where we are looking for the changes. Okay. And here you can see again we have the same options that were available earlier. Okay. But the thing is we want to give limited access. For that you need to go to security. Okay. Now under security, we have to click on authorization, and under authorization, see here what we have, logged in users can do anything, meaning they literally can do anything. But here what we want to do is we want to give them role-based strategy. And this option comes up when you install that plugin, which we just installed right now. Okay. Now click on apply and save. Now it will do a refresher, and then here you observe you'll get one more option, that is manage and access role. This is the actual place where we are going to play today. So click over here, manage and access roles. Okay, now here we have this option. Okay, if you remember in the documentation, you were able to see this screenshot. This is actually coming from the same. Okay, now here let me just add a new role. So this would be for a developer team. Okay, and I'll click on add. So the development team global role is added. Now what sort of permission do you want to give? So we'll give him overall read permission, and at agent level let us keep it as is. At job level we want him, he should be able to create the job, he should be able to read the job, he should be able to read the workspace. When it comes to run, let us give him zero permission. When it comes to view, let us give him read permission. So checkout, give him a tag permission, and metrics, give him view permission. So like you can play along this permission. Now once done, okay, click on add and click on apply and save. So we defined the basic global rules for development team, and now it's time to assign the role. Now consider there are multiple people joining the company. Now since you have already defined the role, this time it would be easier for you to assign the role. Okay, you click on add user, and here you need to provide the user ID. My user ID would be the username. So here the username would be Barry-Allen. Click on OK. And here, do you want to give him admin permission or do you want to give him development permission? Right now, we haven't given admin permission. So how would dashboard would look like for him? So I'll just click on apply and save for now. Let us save this state and let me just log out, because we just added him into the group, but we didn't apply it. So I'll just sign out. Okay, and I'll try to log in with Barry Allen's user. Okay, right now you can see Barry Allen is missing the overall rate permission because he doesn't have any sort of permission. That's the reason he's getting this, right? So that is the sort of restriction we imposed on his account, right? So I'll just log out this time. Again, I will go back to my account, that is the root account, and I will give him the permission. And how will I give him the permission? Basically, I will add him to the user group which we just created. Okay. So I have to go to manage Jenkins, and here you have to go to the option manage and assign roles. And inside that you have assign roles. Here we added the user to the group, but we haven't added any sort of check mark. So I'll click on add user, Barry-Allen. I'll click on OK, and this time I want to give him the permissions that aligns with development team, right? Click on apply and save, and let us just verify whether he is getting the same error or not. Okay, this time he will be getting restricted access, but he would be able to do the basic job whatever is needed based on the permission provided. Okay, so I'll log in with Barry's user, Barry-Allen, and I'll write the password. Okay, and now you can see he is able to view all the job. Okay, if you go to agent job, he is able to see the things, but he won't be able to build the job because that permission is missing. He can go and read the console output, but he won't be able to execute the job. Okay, and one more thing, if you observe over here, is he won't be able to configure it. So basically at job level, we gave him read permission. That's the reason he's able to just read it. But if you give him build permission, then he will be able to configure and build it. So that is the basic meaning of role-based access control in Jenkins, that gives you the authority that you can restrict the user with specific job. Okay. So yeah, that was all. And I will see you in the next video where we are going to cover a fresh new topic in Jenkins. So yeah, that was all. And I will see you in the next one.